Alrighty, here we go, y'all. Good afternoon, evening, and night. Welcome to the Kaz Boots Tournament round of 48. I am Aurora Stern, and we've got a match here between Lechtansi and Magno. So these two went through 6 games, as everybody did in the group stage, and now we're going to have them face off in the brackets. Would be the first round of the brackets, so we ended up, I'm one of the admins, so what we did was we actually had 48 people go through to this bracket, and basically, you know, there's a group of people at the top bracket there who have to race in this half, while there's some still waiting for the next round. So here we are, this first round here, round of 48. These two are going to do a great job. This is going to be a great race. I'm quite excited to see how they do things here. Just to give some info, Lechtansi here has basically gone through, and I believe that they were 4-2 when they started. So essentially, got through a pretty good tough group with Bright Eyed and a couple others. And then Magno actually went through what I call the group of death this year, Group D, of course. And that was a group filled with quite a bunch of people in it, very top running players. One very specific player from the Mentor tournament, Rezus, and they were a formidable opponent. So this was very close. It was a very, very contested group, and now here we are. So both of them get started in escape here, getting some early blue mail. For those of you who are new, Casual Boots is basically a standard start with starting boots and a sword. So it makes things a little bit easier. It might give some people a little bit of an early advantage having a sword. And both of them doing a great job so far getting into Hyper Castle. So you're going to see some really good execution as we get into the bracket. You'll start seeing that there's going to be people who basically their execution's going to stand out, and they're not going to be that far behind. That's for sure. Between each other. I know Lechtansi's really working on NMG right now. That's their kind of primary thing. Although I'm going to give them crap about that bonk later. So, this is just, but then again, when you do NMG, you don't have boots for escape. So it's understandable if you bonk, right? But the two of them are pretty good execution players. Obviously, Magno been around for quite a few years now. Very formidable opponent in many tournaments. So no doubt to see a good match here. Good guard kill on Magno's side, solid guard kill on Lex's side. And let's see what Ball and Chain has for us. This is one of the quote-unquote bosses in the NMG run where you could actually lose the run to it. So you'll see a couple tinks there for Magno. This might be where Lex actually catches up just a tiny bit. Depends on how that goes. So you can kind of see that there was some helpfulness for Lech there, not tinking on the ball and chain with the sword, as well as, they might have gotten hit a couple times, so that might be partly why they're still a touch behind, but they did catch some time there. This is about the time where, we bring Zelda out of the awful cage that she's in, and we bring her all the way back to the sanctuary. In typical NMG, this is, where you get told basically, oh, hey, we have 7, we have all these maidens, and Zelda's the last maiden to be protected in Link to the Past, but, if you don't protect her, you're in trouble. And, yeah, that's how the game starts. Little theory lesson for anybody who hasn't played A Link to the Past yet. So, some pretty solid execution. You're gonna see some good times out of escape here. Rogar calling a 507 and a 511. That's probably, I would think that's pretty fair. I'd almost give them an extra second or so, but like 506 and 510. But I think you're right on the money. We haven't really seen much so far. I mean, realistically, you know, it's just been kind of a simple, easygoing start here. A key had to be there for obvious logical reasons. So I'm kind of curious if there's going to be any diversion out of escape. You know, some people like to play aggressive, some people like to play a little bit different, you know, push. I'll note Gamma's dodge for another day. Thank you very much. Alright, here we are to the back of escape. We got 50 rupees, a heart piece, and another heart piece, so really just not much to it. This is going to be kind of the way it goes for escape. I mean, these steps are still going to look really good. I mean, they're going to be right behind each other, so this is going to be quite the race. Magno grabbing the wall just for extra, you know, push, and they're basically a tie out of escape. Wow, okay. You know, this is gonna make for a fun race. They're basically right out of escape at the same time, and are gonna be out of the sake almost at the same time too. So yeah, and just like that, we're getting started. A typical Kazboots route is going to, you know, probably start kind of typically how it is. You know, you do bonk rocks here, then some people will, you know, depending on what your preference is, they'll check lumberjack. My brain today has been quite crazy. Some people will check lumberjack, some people will go, forget it. Aga doesn't exist anyways. You know, we see both of them actually kind of going that way anyways, so. And we got tree pull here, which is arrows. Curious to know what the crab drop is. Hearts, nothing fun there. Not sure what I saw there. Ooh, a glove. We are going to have Aga required. We know that now. So, that is a little annoying, but I mean, it's good info to know, right? Like, you're guaranteed to know that you have to go that way. So, I think this is it's kind of best case scenario. If you have to do it, you at least know you have to do it, you know? And for both of them, now that they have that information, as soon as they have, you know, the stuff to go do Aga Tower, I would, in my personal opinion, rush it. You know you have to get to it, right? So, I think at this rate, that's kind of going to be the key. And see, we've already got a lamp, and now we just really, realistically, just a moon pearl, maybe even a moon pearl and another sword might be enough for people to go for it. And so far we can see 2 crystals, one in Tower of Hera, one in Eastern, and I believe the other pendant being a red pendant. Perfect. So, fantastic, we're coming into CAC now, and Magno going into Blindside. We got Samaria, we have a flute, okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get a couple time saves here. This is gonna feel fast. We're gonna have flute. We're gonna have, obviously we had starting boots. This is gonna feel fast, and it's gonna be quick. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on things as we go. Specifically me. So Magno the first into Cackwell here. Yeah, I mean, and we just pulled. I mean, they're just pulling Hammer out of here too. Oh my god, hook shot! This seed's gonna. We know this seed's gonna fly now. We've got all the movement. We've got all the things. It's gonna be really fast, really quick. So, I think as soon as you see a Moon Pearl, I think you go. I think you go to Aga. Honestly, I don't see why not, and I don't see why. Yeah, I don't see why you can't. In all honesty, once you get a sword, once you get or the cape. There's just it's available. There's actually a glove on Lumberjack, so it needs to be, you know, you need to do it. Shoutouts to our duck that carries us away. First look at Chicken Hunt here. The good utilization of that hook shot. Just nice to see the movement help, right? And just a little bit extra, extra quick movement there. And so kind of at this rate, I could see a lot of minor diversions here. I could see some people go to Eastern area, try and push that early bow, and maybe hedge out to get to Moon Pearl quicker. You could also have quite a few things. There's options. You could go straight to South Shore. You could do all that in hopes for the Moon Pearl, but I think realistically, okay, well, here's the mirror, so, I mean, we might as well just set up for everything, go crazy. Get a load of this seed. This seed's just providing the goods. So where's Magno going is the question. I think Magno's probably playing a little bit smart here just to go to South Shore. Maybe go Dam, maybe straight into Eastern. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't be angry at it. So Lech is making the early Eastern play. I like this a lot. I actually like this personally. I think this is a good push. I understand Magno's play as well. Both make sense. There's nothing remotely wrong with any either play here. I like the way that Lech is trying to play aggressive and try and play into getting a crystal and getting to Agate Tower maybe quicker than Magno might. And either way, it doesn't matter because, like, in the end, understandably, you could do both. And both are defensible, but if you do end up having to do Eastern before... if you do have to end up doing Eastern before everything else, you could just end up in a situation where you're ahead because you have to do Eastern before Agate Tower, right? Like getting an unfortunate hit there from the Octorok, the Sniper Octorok, I call it. Yeah, I think we're... like I said, I don't disagree. I think both, like I said, both are defensible plays here. I'm curious to see what's in Ice Rock Cave. So there's nothing here, but I'm pretty sure Magno's gonna set up a water walk. Yep. That's expected there. So first chest in Eastern, nothing there. I always personally like a water walk in Kaz Boots. I think especially knowing Glove where it is, you could potentially pull a Glove out of Waterfall, and you could be in good shape. So, both make sense. So, only 10 bombs and a heart container there for Magno. Nothing coming out of that. And I think this is smart here, going straight to Man Under Bridge / Hobo. I think this is the correct way to do this, especially when you don't have the money. Like, what are we doing, right? I'm very curious to see, knowing where that big key is, if Lech is going to avoid, going to big key chest. I don't know if I would in this situation. You're not going to now. But if there was an item there, I'd be curious to see whether that would have happened. So, I like where this discussion's going. Yeah, you know what? Your Moon Pearl's probably at the mountain in a good chunk of cases, and I don't disagree with that. That's probably what's going to end up happening. And both of them are going to kind of get the bad news of that, I think. I think if Lech is smart, they go to the mountain before they go to, obviously, we know this, but going to Mini Moldrum Cave doesn't really pay out much. But, anybody can make any decision, right? Wow, we've got silvers right out the gate. Look at that. So that, going to the big key chest there is going to pay out the silvers. We're basically in, like, great situations here. I don't know many cases I'm upset at this start. You get a little scared though, because now you're like, everything's gonna be available when I have the opportunity for it. And you go, now what? Good solid kill by Lech there. Things are gonna melt. Yeah, so we're kind of gonna get into the same stuff here. So I hope Lech shows off some really nice strats here, just from being, you know, an NMG runner, but doesn't look it. Sorry, I'll give them crap later. It's all love, by the way. Played many games with them and all that. So until we see Moon Pearl, until we see Master Sword, we can't really do anything with Aga. But this looks like just your typical Eastern. I'll be curious to see what's on these here. So we're gonna melt these, no problem. So really not much, yeah. Like, it's kind of empty in Eastern, minus the silvers. The silvers are great. They're just super helpful. Magno showing us some real strats there. Magno could have the Boot Pearl. I think at this point, Lechtansi's probably just straight going to South Shore. Oh, wow, we're getting a mountain play? I love it. I kind of love it. It's a choice, but I love it. Especially because we know where everything is. If I didn't know where things are, it would be like, it's hard to pass up a mini Moldrum Cave and, you know, your typical open. But I like this. When we have hindsight, it's so much easier to make these choices. But, you know, so far, Lech is going to try, I think, maybe Lechtansi might try to avoid Mini Moldrum Cave and Ice Rock Cave. And that would shock me in Kaz Boots when you've got so many things in this situation. And then, yeah, there's also that thing of Zora being, you know, a potential opportunity too. And that's also where you could just find your Moon Pearl too. Like, realistically. Well, speak of rupees, there's a 300 on the top there, which is real nice. And then a big solid, you know what, arrow, just kicking around. Oh, Magno having some trouble there in the back. We gotta be careful, we might die. All is good, all is good. Yeah, technically it is locked by a glove currently, but it's still possible. We still could get something out of it. See, in Kaz Boots, I don't think like that, because I just think ahead of the time there's probably just an available, you know, available thing somewhere. And there's still an opportunity where that could still be locking, where, you know, it could still be locked by that. So, yeah, you're right, not yet in logic, but it's, for me, potentially on the way. That's your Aga access with the cape, speaking of. So, you know, there is actually an opportunity where that club leads, yeah. Basically, it leads to, yeah, there's your Aga logic. So, now here we are. Good use of Harapot there. I'll be kind of interested to see if we need the basement. I'll be curious to know if they do Hera basement. I think Lechtansi might skip it. Well, Magno's going to be close to the 500 too, so that'll help a lot. I mean, I think at this rate, once you finish this mountain play, I think you're just going straight to, you know, to Aga Tower. There's no reason not for it. It's some crazy town. I almost feel like you could wait on mountain because you know that Aga Tower has that glove, but that's kind of crazy town. Magno, what are we doing here? Oh, we get the Master Sword too. Well, we were getting Aga access no matter what out of this, so Magno having a time here. Yeah, which we didn't even really need because we had Cape coming out of Hera, so, you know. Yeah, like Lechtansi doing the correct, quote-unquote correct play ain't going to the mountain. I just want somebody to be dumb and be funny about it and not go to the mountain. However, it makes 0 sense. I believe that was Skullwood's Thieves Down 5-6, if I've got that correct. Yeah, there's no Ice Rod Hunt, technically, so... Yeah, I agree. That was a mistake. Spyro came first. It should have been the play. I don't know why we're doing this like this. Just a little bit of extra burn, time burn, you know? Not my personal flavor. We'll keep that note for them later. So, out of Paradox, what are we looking for here? Let's see. Really nothing, because we know we have a lot of stuff. We could use a Moon Pearl, but... Ooh, some flippers! Hey, look at that! Now everything's in logic. Speak of, we just talked about the logic for Zora. Now we're even further in it. Face bodes with the good old Eminem reference. We love that. Yeah, they're going back to Spiral. I figured they would. I have no... That was definitely not intentional. If it was, then that's wild. I've got to ask them about that at the end of this. Was the ether intentional? I don't think it is. I kind of think a save and quit there is slower than... Is this slower? I think it might be. Ooh, Lechtansi being very spicy, going straight to Aga. Okay. I mean, I'm not totally mad at this. Yeah, I didn't think a save and quit was faster. That's what I thought. I was pretty sure going out and fluting in that situation is faster. So we're definitely YOLOing this big time. I'm actually kind of impressed that they're playing as aggressive as they are. But you have silvers. There we go. Okay. It was like they immediately defaulted to the strat of NMG, and I was like, no, melt them with the silvers. Although that was a really good room. So this is kind of where you'll see some of Lechtansi's NMG play comes through. Their background in it is good, and they'll show off some decent strats in here. Yeah, exactly. There's still, like, it doesn't matter if we don't get the Moon Pearl on the pyramid. It actually works out for us, no matter what. And that's the thing, if Agina's just holding the Moon Pearl, everybody feels bad. But at the same time, I think Lechtansi feels less bad than Magno does. Yeah, good looking room by Lechtansi again. You know, it's starting to show. I like seeing their progression. Alright. Interesting that Magno's going straight to Zora here. I guess with those flippers it makes sense, but I also just like the idea that it's just sitting and, you know. And if it doesn't pay out, you know, I feel like Magno's gonna feel pretty behind. You know, you start early like this, and you're like, wait, that doesn't go so well. Especially when you know the glove's there. You're just like, what? It doesn't really do much, right? Yeah, pretty much nothing here. So if Lech gets back there, you know, it'll waste you know, it'll waste time. But yeah, real nothing at Zora, and this is now Magno's play straight to, you know, to Aga Tower. Like, bud, you gotta there you go. We got there. Oh boy, buddy. Wait, we can't be slashing our sword and grabbing walls. Alright, so Magno's gonna go through Aga Tower. Let's see if they do a better job than Lechtansi did. It's possible. They're a very good player. Like, you play NMG, stop getting hit by blue balls. I can give them flack, it's fine. It's with love, I swear. So, here's gonna be some of the stuff you see in the differences between the two of them. You know, you see Magno doing things that are, you know, what I like to call more of like, you know, rando strats that work really, really well, but then Lechtansi is using some of the, some different things. And they're using the NMG strats instead. Solid another sword. It's probably a Gita at this rate. Like, and if I'm Lechtansi, I think you do a Gita first. It's quick, it's fast. I don't know why we haven't mirrored it. Magno probably clicks the glove because they know they're getting it. That would be my guess, personally, but I mean, that would be something that I think that's why it's happening. They probably just clicked it because of the fact that they're getting the glove out of there. I have no idea. They probably auto-track, so, like, they know it's coming. I don't see... Yeah. They probably clicked it, is my guess. Magno probably clicked it. He probably was just like, sure. Okay, so Lechtansi's gonna do exactly what I thought, you know, do probably South Shore here. That's, you know, it's the density play, it's the, you know, that's the choice. Kroger, they do not have the Moot Pearl yet. Hang on. Settle down. Settle in. We're still settling in. Give them a chance. They don't know where the Moon Pearl is. Remember? We haven't done this yet. Give them time. Now we know Magno's going to. We know Magno will know where it is as soon as possible. Like we know that they'll know where the Moon Pearl is. So 0 HP Dungeon Bunny revival. No. No. I mean, yeah, this is just gonna be Ice Rock Cave. If I was them, I would maybe go Agina first, in my opinion. But, you know, we know this, right? We know the things. It's the Magno doing the smart thing and mirroring when they're supposed to. I mean, this is Agina from Magno, where are we going? Just to get the glove? Yeah, never mind. My brain was like, where are we going? Oh, to get the glove. I'm just dumb. Don't mind me. Yeah, I got there. I did get there, bro. You're right. Took me a hot minute. That is true. I also just feel like they know where it is. It doesn't really matter how they do this. So Magno's going to be ahead very, you know, probably about about a minute or so, give or take. Can we give a shout out to Mitts here if we get Mitts out of Vagina? That'd be nice. That'd be fun. Do some dumb stuff. Make them go to checkerboard. Get a good laugh out of it. Come on, Mitts! Or Book, that'd be fun too. Oh, boring. Boring. Boo. Boo. Give us some more fun. Boo. It's fine. This is what we do. This is what we have to understand happens in the game. Not happy about it. Obviously, Magno, I think now... Okay, we're just straight up going to pod. Fair, I guess. Yeah. Understandable. Very understandable play. Hey, like, where are we going, bud? Are we... Oh, I don't like this at all. I think this is a mistake, truly. I don't... If you didn't do this first, I don't like it now. In all honesty. Again, that's my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion on that. Because if you did pull a Muvero out of here, you're right. So it doesn't matter. You avoid Agina. But I mean, in all honesty, Magno doesn't really need anything else, like, or feel like they need anything else. You've got silvers, you've got a tempered sword, you got all that. Like, it's not gonna feel bad. I think the play is to go to swamp. Truly, I think swap's the play first. I was a little disappointed that they didn't. going from Hype Cave into swamp, it just wouldn't feel so good. Oh, are we getting a pod hover? Are we getting a pod hover? Yes, we are. Absolutely, we are. Are we gonna one shot this? We're gonna one shot it. Oh, buddy, that was a masterclass. Well done, hover. Masterclass. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. Yeah, that was impressive. I gotta say. I gotta give it to them. I gotta give it to him. That was really, real good. I'll admit, I wouldn't know how to, like, I wouldn't know adjustments like that. I wouldn't notice it. My brain's not routed. My brain's not routed for that. Oh, yes, the shields. Shields. Like, why are we going straight to swap? It's the choices. Why aren't we going? Why didn't we go to Hype Cave first? This kind of upsets me. What are we doing? I don't like it. I understand why we're pushing this, but also, like, no. If you pull fire on early, I just feel good. Which, speak up, by the way, we're really only missing Mitts, Fire Rod, and potentially Medallion. That's kind of what we're missing. You know? I feel like it's coming all in concession. I feel like it's coming all together. Has to do with this rate, feels like. Sorry for that. That was my awful timer there. Little alarm that goes off. I don't think we've gotten anything out of pod so far. Also, y'all, just a reminder that Lechtansi goes by they, them pronouns. If we could keep on that would be much appreciated. Not your fault. Not clear on that. So, that would be very helpful. So yeah, literally nothing in pod right now. I believe. Oh, sorry. They're preferred for. My apologies. My preferred. They've always told me their preferred was they them. So that was my assumption. So my apologies. Either way. Okay. Back to the game here. Now that we've got we're gonna get a pod kill on Magno side. That's been playing for about, like, consistently for about since the mentor tournament was going on, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't know what you're doing there, bud, but we're not holding the diagonal very well. Yeah, what's happening here? We struggle busting. I don't like it. There we go. We got there. I mean, seems a little early for that. We don't go back into, if we're doing swap, we go back in if there's things there. I don't know. Personal things. Well, it doesn't look like we've gotten a lot of dungeon items, though, so that's at least a plus. We've gotten a compass. I haven't seen the big key yet. Unless somebody wants to tell me otherwise. Ah, bomb strats. Good old bomb strats for Helma. Yeah, this is the way. It's faster. Little faster if you do it right. A little smack of a silver arrow and we're good to go. Okay, what are we getting out of this? Are we getting anything out of swap? Are we leaving? What is that? 2 items? Are we leaving the 2? That's... Well, no, that'd be 1, actually. Is it not 1 item? Pretty sure it's only 1 item. So... we go, right? We leave? We bail? Yes, we bail. We bail and hate our life later, it's fine. Very curious to see what's in this hype cave now that everybody's doing it at the same time. At the time, we should have done it from Magno's side. Oh, whoops. Yo, oh, well played, Magno. Whoopsie. Fun. So let go straight to pod. Yeah, this makes sense. Like, let go straight to pod. Magno go to the swamp. All right, now what? All right, y'all. We know that there's nothing in this dungeon, so we know there's really nothing in swamp. So, where's the stuff? We need mitts first of all. That's where we're trying to figure things out. It's probably just in K45. You know, if we did hope, if we did hype left, we would have had our mitts really early, and we would have just been able to go straight up. It would have just been so easy, and now we're stuck with this. There's a whole 1 left side swap check. Yeah, there's an option. Did we get a dungeon map? I didn't see the map when we were doing that, but I also think I was watching watching the other person do, or I was watching Magno do pods, so I think I was paying attention to that more than I was swamp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1. I think there's map and then, yeah, I think there's just map and big key potentially, and then 1 item. So it's a whole 1 item. Yeah, I thought it was 1 because I didn't see the map, but I could be wrong. The joys of giving flack to your, to your friends / I'm pretty sure Magno's your lead teammate, isn't it? Isn't he, Brogor? Oh, there is 2. Yeah, the map's there. There is 2. Somebody was right. So sorry, Staves, you were right. There's two there. Because there's Big Key and then... Yeah. He deserves all the hate. Rude. Only your league teammates gave you the most flack in life. Glad I could oblige, Gamma. Listen, I haven't calmed in God knows how long. But I was just like, you know what? I got time. Might as well, right? Keep the day going. Keep it busy. This should be fun. I'm kind of curious to see what's in this left side swap. Kind of hope the big key's just locked in the big chest. I feel like if anything's here, it is kind of going to be a very difficult time for Lechtansi to come back from that. Like, if Mit's there, it's going to suck. If you... Yeah, it's going to hurt if something's here. Okay, nothing yet. And it's Big Key, okay. Yeah, there's a lot open, truly. I mean, we can do a lot of stuff. There's still, we could still do, we can do Thieves Town too. Like, we're open. We're open season. Okay, nothing in left side swap, so Lechtansi gets away with skipping it, which is, you know what, great. Nice to see, you know, nice to see the skip work out once in a while. So they make some time back there. That's a plus. Obviously, Magno's going to be done swap before Lechtansi gets out of pod. So, you know, they'll have a dungeon like about a couple minute lead coming out of swamp. Pretty sure, probably a little bit more. Yeah, and some might do exactly that, and some might get that paid out too. It's weird. I feel like with this whole situation of where things were, it's almost like you could have waited. You could have maybe done swap, go left, go to dig game, go to K45, do Stumpy, do dig game, and then do Thieves Town Skull, or like maybe the front of Skullwoods if you don't have the fire on by then. Yeah, it's just a lot. There was a lot of options here. Like, you could have diverted in a lot of ways. I think it just made more sense for each of these players to do what they did, and that's totally cool. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think Lechtansi put themselves in a bit of a pickle because of that, because yeah, you'll never see those. Like, I don't know where you do them now, whereas Magno's gonna do them right off the hop, and and obviously it makes total sense, right? Nothing in K45. That is as good as dead. Like, you're an NMG player, you know you can't do that. Alright, so, dig game incoming here. And again, you know, Magno's going to be able to just completely grab this and go. And so basically it's going to be a flute to 3 right after this, right? Sure, but it makes sense now. You know, now it makes sense that you can go to pod. There's options available when you're playing this game. You can always play this game differently, and sometimes it works out in the way you want to, and sometimes it doesn't. Magno, you have a flute. Just mirror from wherever. Right. You see, I'm trying to watch two people at the same time. My brain doesn't always get to everything fast enough, okay? Cut me some slack, alright? I'm one person. Jeez. Just because I've been playing this game for 5 years doesn't mean I'm smart. Alright? Okay, Magno going into treasure chest game. Nothing there. Oh, Magno, we're getting bullied over here. What, been playing the game for X amount of time and not smart? No, that's me only. That's just me. I think we're both of them are going to be at Thieves Town now, so it looks, relatively okay. Yeah, not a whole lot to start this Thieves Town. I don't really think there's going to be anything in here, in all seriousness. Like, it kind of feels like this feels more of an overworld situation, in my eyes. You could pull some mitts out of here, no problem. Like, maybe some vanilla mitts kind of feels pretty good, but, I think that's kind of where it's leading. Like, when you get nothing out of dungeons, especially in the Dark World, you just kind of feel like it is a absolutely push the, it feels like it's pushed the overworld. Hard to feel really good in any situation right now. I'm not sure how both of them feel. If I was playing this, if I'm Magno, I don't feel great, just because of doing Zora the extra way, having to go back. And if I'm Lechtansi, I don't feel great about maybe, some plays that I made too. So, really, we don't, and Broger's right, we don't have much left in this seed. Like, until we get to mitts, we can't really get to any good pendants. Like, we can't can't get to anything. We don't have mitts, we don't have, we don't have the good stuff, so. Alright. Heart piece out of Lied Cell, so nothing there. Yeah, a book is probably would be the most fun thing I could see happening here. Fire rods, everything else is boring. So there is an item here on blind, we know that. Thankfully they don't have to do the dreaded thing here of going into the big chest. And there's the mitts. So almost vanilla, basically. Like what happened there, bud? Did we forget we had a key? Oh boy. Oh yeah, we forgot we didn't have a key. Okay. Spelkeys in the big chest. That's correct. It's okay. It's tough, It's hard. Game's hard. Sometimes brain just does things, and you don't even think you're doing them. That's kind of that was totally probably the NMG automation that Lechtansi was doing. Our VOO is pretty well, pretty much nothing there either. Yeah, like Magno's play Smith Chain into something else. Whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, you have Smith Chain available, it's super quick. We have Mirror, we have Flute, no reason not to. This is, yeah, I was about to say, like, this might be a Meyer area push. Especially now with what we have, knowing that, and, you know, we might just be a fire rod away. You know, so. Yeah, Meyer's a big yikes. It's only 2 items. That's kind of blech. Oh, baby! We got a shovel! We've got a shovel! Keep it going! Oh. Oh, yeah. We get the good old shovel. See that going straight to Meyer. I kinda like it though. Like, you know what? Push the dungeons if you can. And you can push this dungeon. It sucks, but like, if we're fire go, like, why not, right? Oh, that's where the boots would have been? Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Gross. I mean, it's choice. I mean, it doesn't... The play that Magno made doesn't not make sense. It's quick as it can be, right? So, you know, it made sense. Let's see what... So, both of them are just going straight into Meyer. Am I crazy that I was like, why didn't we do checkerboard? Am I crazy? Like, if we just pull fire out on a checkerboard cave, we're in business, and we just go mode everything. Am I nuts? Am I nuts? Just the 15 seconds to save, like, a crap load of time here? Am I crazy? That's what I'm saying. Imagine that. If that's the case. Hey. I rush it. What are you talking about? 0 time save. You see this big key? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this business. Big key right away. You're right, see? You know? This is why. This is the way. This is the way. No, it's fine, Bagel. I was giving you some flack. It's what I do. So I love that earlier in the game, Lech wasn't pushing, you know, doing bosses first. And now it's pushing a boss. It's like, Lech, okay. Yeah, nice offer, Magno. That was good. That was solid. I'm real curious to see what happens when they get 1 item off of Vidi. Do they leave? I think Lech leaves. I think Lech for sure leaves. I can see Magno going back. Again, this Vidi's gonna melt, we know it. All those silver's doing the work, you know? Oh, but Lech, come on now. I need to let Lechtansi just be like, hey, go melt the thing, get closer, it's fine. Also, there was a key on there, so it's not gonna end up being any concerns, any things like that. Yeah, 2 items is a... Ooh, this is a tough one. 2 items, I almost feel like... I understand going back in. I understand going back in. I think if it was like if I was Lech, I would leave. You know? And I'm curious to see if Magno pulls it here. Nope, not there. I'm curious. I again, like I said, I don't think both are. It's not necessarily bad, but I also could see the reason to leave. Right? Like you just feel like could make more sense to leave. Oh boy, this is a. These are ways to do the torches. Okay. Oh, we got a book! We've got a book! Here we go. Just extra checks. We got a book. Yeah, correct choice. Magno do the right thing with mitts checks here. Like, I would do the same thing. It's the fastest things, right? So, fastest checks are mitts checks. Curious, yeah, so Magno going to the mountain makes sense. Again, it depends on just how we want to do this, right? There's lots of things still. There's a couple things still. We can't go into ice, obviously. Maybe we could do the front of TR. Might not do much, but we could. Yeah, I don't really know how to read this book in well. You know, this is gonna feel bad. Oh, the fire on! Wowee! Lechtansi in a go mode. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's gonna be tough for Magno to get back to that. That's gonna be a struggle bus. Wow. And neither play was necessarily the incorrect one. This just ended up for Magno being the incorrect play. Wow, Lechtansi on gonna be on a heater here. You know, we're Skullwoods and then we're in GT. Now, for Lechtansi's sake, if I'm, you know, I know they're comfortable playing the game on 9 hearts. We got red mail, so it shouldn't be too bad. But if I'm them, you know, make sure we have some potions in those bottles, be comfy, and just go for it. Yeah, you gotta give her, right? Like, you can't be messing around, you know, doing the things. You know, I gotta give it to Lechtansi too. They played this relatively well. They pushed heavy dungeons. They tried to play aggressive, and it's worked out. It's gonna work out. I think the only real conservative play they made paid off. So, you know, it just happened to be that play was the one that is the right play. So, yeah, I think it's just going to be difficult for Magno to get back there anytime soon. You know? So, that's the part that's going to be tough, that I find. Because if you leave, you're not going back. You're going to do everything else before it. You're not going to even... You're going to pretend that doesn't exist. And it's going to suck when you go back and you're like, crap, like, there it is, right? Again, none of it was inherently... Nobody did an inherently, quote-unquote, wrong play. It just... Things pay out. That's rando, right? Yeah, just the typical. Like, you got through, you ended up getting, like I said, you didn't need to do pendants, you got lucky. One person got lucky, and the other played to quick efficiency and is gonna get hard punished for it, you know? That's the way the rando goes sometimes. I think Magno did check the mushroom. They've also checked King Soon. So, oh baby. What a jump off. We love that. I think I'm pretty sure they have a... I'm pretty sure like they have a blue goo in hand, so I think that's gonna be relatively helpful for GT, just in case. And yeah, since Lechtansi's heading up to GT, we can all put our guesses in to see. Oh, we got 2 blue, even better. Thank you, Staves. We could do a little guessing game that we'd like to call the GT Big Key guessing game. I will try and keep track of how many chests there are. There's no guarantee that I'm gonna remember what it is, so I'm sorry. I will do everything I can, except my ADHD brain may miss it. So bear with me. But I'm just gonna make a point now, Brogor. You can keep track with me. I figure somebody who plays this game a lot would be an opportunist here for this. Yeah, you know, and again, this is just gonna feel a lot like a lot of stuff. It's gonna feel like a lot for Magno. It kind of is unfortunate that that's, you know, they're gonna get mighty punished for skipping, but you know, that's just the way Rando goes, right? Oh, fine. I'll leave you to it then. You know, slack upon Magno, and I'll take care of the GT guessing game. Fine, Brogor. Appreciate the help, bud. That's a 1. That's a 2. Then we're just getting chased into everything else with this powder and all that business. Like, it's gonna feel bad. This just kind of is a rough go at it. That's a 3. That's a 4. That's 5. 6. So 6 so far. Yeah, but they didn't get the torch. I'm not counting the torch if they don't get it. Am I crazy? No? Come on now. Do we not count that they're not getting the dang checks? Fine, I'll count it as 7. Jeez. So it's 8 now. Sure, visual check, yes. Fine, for the weirdos, there's 9. Last time I checked in your CR, in your collection rate, if you don't check something, it ain't getting put in there. So fine. Pretty sure that's, what, 10, 11 at this point? That's 12. It should be number 13 then, if we're talking about the torch being the 3rd. It's number 13, right? Did anybody say 13? I don't think anybody did. Oh, yes, GB, you did. So congrats! Yeah, so Magno, we're doing Desert Palace. I mean, you're doing Desert Palace in a mire, I feel like, at this point. Just gonna feel bad, you know? You're just kind of trying to avoid doing mire. You know it's there, and it's just gonna suck when it is. Yeah, now we're just doing mire. It's gonna feel bad, and Magno's gonna know that they missed it. And again, it's gonna feel bad, right? Like, you know? And it sucks. It missing in a quick seed sucks. It really does. And there's no world it'll not feel bad. And that's just the way it is. Like trying to use those silvers. It's no. Doing their best. Doing their best. As better. That was a better room. That was better Gauntlet 3, though. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, like looking good now. Like, it's sort of settling in. I wonder if there's going to be some nerves being, you know, in this situation, but I feel like they're going to feel pretty good. It's hard to not feel good here. You know, like, really hard not to feel. Yeah, for Lechtansi, it's really hard not to feel good here, because you pulled the fire rod out of Meyer, and like a lot of people are gonna avoid that hard, just because of the way it played, right? Oh yeah, 100%. And you have to think that your opponent skipped this, or you're gonna be upset, right? And that's totally fair. I don't know why we didn't do silvers on the worm boss. Probably that was probably an NMG automation. Yeah, it's preference too. Like, you know, some people feel comfortable with their fire rod on it. Some people can do silvers in both. Like Dotsie probably is a NMG runner mostly, so probably was just comfortable doing fire rod, and that was that. Not really that. I don't think there's anything major to it. Yeah. Because remember, in NMG runs, you don't have silvers because you're doing silverless cannon. So I think the idea was that they were thinking of doing it sort of an NMG style route, or NMG style play. Fire up is cutscene. Yeah, so I totally understand why it's the last thing you're doing. Like, please, could we just kill the thing? There you go. We got there eventually. Especially with it being this slow. It's brutal. You know, so I get the skip. For sure. Oh boy. Yeah, and it's just like I said, it's gonna feel bad. There's just a world that feels bad. It always will. Alright. Agonometry. Nice. Like, I think that might be 2, but I feel like that should be 3. I feel like they're gonna get kind of screwed out of that one with 2. So 2, for sure 2 and 2, if not 3. Yeah, it did count as... That's disappointing. They did this really well. Pretend that last one was fine. It is fine, because they got the hit, so... Alright, Lechtansi gonna be hitting Ganon pretty soon. As long as they don't fall, this should be quite a comfy sub 110. Yeah, the dots on it before entering GT always feels like crap. It will feel bad. It's never good. All right, like show off a real good Ganon fight for us, will you? Solid phase 1. That's your 12 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's... Hey, Lech Bud. Yep, correct. I like this use of the blue potion. Good timing. I think especially with the situation they're in, good timing to do it now. Watch those fire bats. That one's coming in hot. Yep. Ganon, it's not like we're playing NMG, alright? You don't need to mess around with the warps in this game too, alright? Oh, Lech struggle bus. That was close. Watch yourself. Yep. Careful, careful. Oh, right in the face. Yep, no thank you. It should be 2. Yep. Okay. This should also be 2, and this should be GG. Yep. Perfect. All right. Well, GG's to Lechtansi, who's going to take this with a round of a time of basically 119 to almost 20 here. So this should feel really good. I think this is their first sub 110, so this is going to feel really nice for them. Yeah, solid GG's there. Really good time to see from them. And yep, very solid run by Lechtansi, and unfortunately Magno, of course, DNFing for, you know, just because it's a lot, and, you know, who wants to go through GT and Ganon at this point, right? No need to do that. So I'll see if these guys these all want to jump in for an interview. Don't know their situation, so it's possible that they might not have the time, but I figured I would ask. And once we do have them in here, I will let you know first and foremost. All right. So let's just give it a little bit of time, and we should be able to get our winner, Lechtansi, in here shortly.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks
I'm not
for
sure if Magno's going to jump
hanging
in or
out.
not, but
I play. I apparently won. Like, how?
Yeah. Oh no! Really fun race to watch.
Thanks. I did not feel like a good player that time. Like, I thought that was
I
tried to
really enjoyable, and even more so after we got up to the fire rod. You know,
diver down like 3 times. And I tried to do that stupid,
right? Like, and with everything else,
rail clip in pod like twice.
They were.
But yeah, apparently my opponent didn't even find fire, like had just found fire rod when I crossed the finish line.
That's racing.
That was a blowout.
That's the way it goes. We'll get our runners in here shortly, I hope. They should have invites eventually. I'm just waiting for that to be confirmed. But, you know, let's wait and see what happens. Usually when it's done, the bot would just be like, hey, you know, jump on in, but I haven't seen anything just yet. So yeah, I mean, until we wait for our runners here, it was kind of just a... Like I said, everything was kind of right on the way. It was just a matter of where's the fire rod. And in this situation, that's what we ended up with. We just ended up waiting for Lechtansi to pull... Lechtansi did pull that fire rod. Ah, okay. Okay, so I think I have to send them... the invite here. Bear with me. Get our runners here in just a moment. 1 sec. Hopefully that will get them in here. All right, perfect. There we go. We're getting some runners in here now. Finally, it just took me a hot minute. You know, I'm trying to do all the things now. So hopefully they can jump on up in a moment. All right. Well, I'm first joined by our second finisher here, Magno. GG's then. There's Lechtansi there. GG's to you both. This was quite the race to watch. I mean, just gonna say, like, basically you were both running side by side each other up until you hit the point where Lech decided to go into Meyer again, and Magno, you decided to leave. I'll start with Lech. What was your thought process going into Meyer, thinking, you know, I need to find fire rod? Why did you decide this?
So it was a bit of a gamble. My typical strategy for doing Mire is if I get God Mire, I'll just go straight to Vidi and hope for an item, right? And then since I didn't get the item, I was like, okay, well, I don't have. If it's here, I'm like never gonna come back, right? So I just decided to check both of those chests and kind of gamble on cutscene chest.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then Magno, from your side, was it more of a this is going to be slower, so I'm going to do something more efficient, or what was your thought process in that situation where you were one from go?
So I don't know if Lech got the mids as late as I did, because I did pod, swamp, overworld to Thief Sound, so I was very late to mids.
Yeah,
but mids
you basically were side by side with mids. Yeah.
Okay, but mids open like a ton of checks. I had so many checks left, and I was just 2 compared to, let's say, 30 checks open. And you get the Godmire, and yeah, I mean, you hope for the item on the boss or whatever, but I was doing the other checks first. Like, I had the entire mountain and many other stuff. Yeah.
That's totally fair. I was just saying, like, both feel defensible, right? Like, going back in, sure. Go ahead.
If there was an item in cutscene chest, I really don't like it with the lamp. I mean, you don't want to miss the jet seed when you're mids, and then basically one item from go mode. Any check could be your go mode, so you don't want to do the slowest checks possible.
Yeah, that's fair. You're right. I mean, again, if it's any of the checks that you did, you're ahead, and if it just happened to be in the gamble that Lechtansi made, that was the one that worked out. So, neither play was necessarily bad per se. It just worked out for one of you versus the other. I'll ask something quick for Lechtansi. Was the ether in Spiral Cave there? Was that a purposeful ether there, or was that a accident?
No, I hit the right bumper instead of the left bumper. I was aiming for the hook shot.
Yeah, of course. No worries. I had to kind of just give a little fun there with that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's totally fair, right? Like, I as soon as I did it, I was like, well, okay, I guess I technically now don't have to worry about any monsters in this on this screen. So,
yeah, no kidding. So, what are the other things that you both did that was different? Because you really did kind of run side by side with each other. Is that Magno? When you did swamp, you were able to kind of, you did left side swap, and like you skipped left side swap, so that gave you some time back. But I think and then Magno's route felt a little bit more efficient because they were grabbing Stumpy, K45, all of that together, whereas you didn't. You maybe had, when you went to pod, you immediately get to you go to Flute 3. What was the thought process after you went to pod, and were you thinking about those checks, that cluster of checks, and potentially the way you left side swap with 2 in there?
When we clamped Aga, it was very certain that we need mids, Fire Rod, and maybe Mudain, but maybe it's just mids and Fire Rod, so you don't want to miss the jet seed. And you could beat 3 crystal dungeons in the Dark World, plus there's a hype cave next to one of the dungeons, so yeah, it's really don't miss the jet, and that's scary.
Yeah, for sure. And go ahead, like I know you had some.
Yeah. So I consider myself very new at this game. Like, I was in the mentor tournament last year, and I know that Magno has been at this for a lot longer than I have. So I just basically was in, like, not overboard, but just like, how can I possibly, like, either combo as many checks together as possible or leave as many checks together as possible. So after so I went into Hype Cave because that's my usual spot where I start, right? And I knew that if Swamp and Pod were gonna be crystals, then I could just do them right there. So that's why I went into the Dark World there. And then I saw that they were both crystals, and so I was like, great. So I went Swamp, Hype, and into Pod. and then I fluted over to Thieves because I was trying to maximize the amount of stuff that I had before the mitts. I could maximize the amount of checks so I could find the mitts so that I wouldn't have to do Smith Chain twice. And so that's why I did it that way. And then as soon as I got the mitts, I was like, all right, well, I could do all of this, but I potentially have Meyer open because I've got the ether. So I'm just going to head over there and like skipped all of the Smith Chain.
Yeah, that was one thing else you did. You did skip Smith Chain and Magno, I know. And it's a quick Smith Chain. It's like with Flute and Mirror was nothing, right? So didn't end up really. It was kind of negligible here nor there. That's kind of all the questions I have. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up? I just want to give the floor available for that.
Oh, GG's, Magno. This was a PB for me. This is like the fastest I've ever completed a seed.
Yeah.
So, you talk about like you don't want to miss the jet. Like I've never hit the jet before, so like I'm not even thinking like, oh, I want to like hit the jet. I'm just like, okay, how can I like lose to Magno by less than 10 minutes? And so, nice job. Sometimes rando is just gonna rando, and that was the case today.
It's fine.
Yeah.
In the group stage, I had 2 very quick seeds, and one of them was even sub 1. So, I've had a few of these jet seeds in this tournament already, but well done. Congrats, PB.
Yeah. And we've got our next match tomorrow morning, so we'll hopefully even it up then. And,
yeah, perfect segue for that. So their next match between Lechtansi and Magno is going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Please, it'll be on the same channel, SG, so please make sure to tune in for that as well.
You can watch me miss the diver down like 3 times in a row again.
We'll let that slide because you won. Okay. I just want to thank you both for doing this restream again. GG's to you both. I know it was quite the seed, so regroup, and the next one's going to be in the morning. Thank you for SG for putting this on, and if that's all, I'm Aurora's Nerd, and we'll see you for more Kaz Boots.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, thanks, bye.
Bye.